friends, and neighbors of Medford. My name is Michael Ruggiero, and I thank you for watching this video online. The internet is filled with infinite wonders, so I'll try to keep my words brief. Permit me to speak to you about charter review. Those two words, charter review, sound about as boring as can be, but I assure you, the city's charter is the most important issue facing Medford today. Why? The charter is the blueprint for our city. Blueprint, strike that. That sounds equally boring. So let me get biblical. The charter is the soul of Medford. Every action the city takes springs to life from the charter. Every problem in our city can be traced directly back to how the charter is written. Maybe this sounds exaggerated. Let me illustrate an example on how the charter affects our city today. Consider one building, the library. The ceiling in the library is leaking. Last month, hundreds of children's books were destroyed by rain. In fact, the library is not the only city building that crumbles. Driving past Medford's high school, our police station, a tourist might think we live in an impoverished community. City Hall is literally falling down. But why do I blame the charter for crumbling buildings? Well, a broken library didn't just break overnight. The library in Medford has been the victim of numerous budget cuts. Things became so lean that in 2010, Medford needed a waiver from the state to maintain certification, despite failing to meet basic funding standards. The city continued to underfund our library for 6 years, even though we ran a budget surplus during that time. When the state threatened to pull certification from Medford's library system, even then, the city failed to act. All throughout this funding debacle, the residents of Medford complained and petitioned City Council. And for years, City Council continually voted to increase funding to help the library, but nothing changed. The charter, the Constitution of Medford, allows the mayor to make unilateral funding decisions. City Council cannot change any one line item of the budget. Finally, at the 11th hour, when hundreds of residents demanded that the mayor save our library, he found $250,000 to fund the library and maintain certification. Well, the city has a new mayor now, and everyone is very hopeful that the crumbling roads and parks and buildings will be addressed. Nonetheless, on the campaign trail, even Mayor Burke agreed that the charter needs to be reviewed. Great cities are built upon strong foundations, but we haven't reviewed our charter since 1986. Dozens of the challenges in Medford arise directly from the way our charter is written. Our lack of cable access, the fact that my part of Medford, Ward 1, hasn't been represented on City Council for decades, the lack of the citizen participation within the city's budget, all of these problems result because of the way our charter has been written. All we need to do is start a review. Maybe the city will not decide to change anything after reviewing the charter. Maybe we'll decide to make small changes. Regardless, we need to look at how power is structured in our city. So where are we with this charter review process right now? On Tuesday, February 16th, in City Hall, at 7 p.m., Council Marks will be presenting a resolution to start the process of a charter review. I ask you to attend an informational meeting about this resolution to decide whether you wish to endorse this process moving forward. Ultimately, we have options. Our charter review group has collected over 1,500 signatures to put charter review on the next November ballot. While this is great progress, we need over 6,000 signatures to move forward. Thus, I ask you to come to our charter review meetings, collect signatures, call members of our local government, and make sure that this question of charter review is on everyone's lips. Thank you so much for your time. May a bright future always shine over our city.